Hello, CSC Movie Recaps here. Today, I'll describe the Indian biopic Shakuntala Devi. The year 1934 marks the start of the film. 5-year-old Shakuntala Devi is a well-known brilliant child in Bangalore, India. While she plays, her brother is working on a math problem. She addresses her brother's problem while they are playing, but at first, he doesn't take her seriously. But when he discovers that it's true, he tells their father about it. Her ability to perform intricate computations at such a young age astounds her father. Shakuntala's father drives her to school so she can perform a math show and get money. Shakuntala wants to attend school as well, but her father believes that because she is so smart, she doesn't need to. Shakuntala utilizes her math talents to work many of the shows her father begins to arrange in order to make money. Shakuntala returns from the show one day later and discovers her sister has passed away. Why didn't they take her to the hospital for treatment? She questioned her mother. She also questioned whether she could have asked her father for money since her mother is silent. Angered, Shakuntala makes a commitment to herself that she won't be like her mother. Shakuntala is an adult and still does math shows in 1954, 20 years later. People in the performance make fun of her, but she uses her incredible skills to make them admire her. Shakuntala eventually made it to England. Shakuntala offers her show in several locations, but nobody accepts it. She eventually arrived at the Royal Mathematical Society after traveling to several places. Many mathematicians are startled when she shows off her talent in front of them there. A man named Javier approaches her outside the center and inquires about Shakuntala's abilities. He questioned whether she had picked up any tips from college to handle all the mathematics issues so quickly. She responds that she has never attended school. This intrigues Javier, who invites Shakuntala for a cup of coffee. Javier claims to be from Spain. Shakuntala is assured that he will assist her, but he claims she needs a Western makeover. Shakuntala is adamant about upholding her culture and will not abandon it. She eventually decides to maintain her culture intact, but she goes through a slight transformation. Javier and Shakuntala become close friends. To make her look acceptable, Javier takes her to his house and teaches her English. The following scene sees Javier and Shakuntala starting to collaborate. Shakuntala receives a letter from her mother requesting money from her daughter. Because her mother solely concerns herself with money and ignores her welfare, she becomes frustrated and irate. She answers the letter by promising to send the money each month and asking the recipient not to write to her again. Shakuntala will demonstrate her abilities in the show that will be broadcast worldwide. The fastest computer in London will be her opponent. The show proceeds smoothly as she casually responds to each question up until the point where she points out that one is incorrect. The host insults her and claims that the computer can't be broken. She grows upset at this. The following day, Shakuntala was covered in every publication. Shakuntala is proven correct regarding the incorrect question. The computer made a rounding error, according to Javier, who claims that everyone refers to her as the human computer. Shakuntala explores the globe and performs her shows all over. Later, she purchases a home for herself. She is overjoyed until Javier informs her that he is going back to Spain. Shakuntala is devastated by the news, because Javier is the one person she feels at ease with. At a party in 1968 Bombay, Shakuntala and Pratash first met. When they become bored, they visit a club and dance. After some time, as they become more intimate, she chooses to wed him. Paratash desires to meet Shakuntala's parents before getting hitched in order to obtain their blessing. Shakuntala despises her mother, therefore he decides against meeting them and proposing to her. Shakuntala gave birth to her first child, Anupama, in Calcutta in 1970. She makes the decision to embrace her mathematical prowess since she feels that she has lost herself. Shakuntala chooses to perform her math shows once more as a result. She performs her acts in several nations and regains her notoriety. She even beats records established by scientists and researchers around the world. One night, during a talk with her husband, she shares with Shakuntala how their daughter Anupama uttered the word daddy for the first time. Shakuntala understands that going back to Kolkata means she would miss a lot of family events. Shakuntala persuades her husband and daughter to travel with her, but he rejects the idea. After a heated dispute, Shakuntala departs with her daughter the following day. Then the scene changes to 1978 in London, where a grown-up Anupama is writing her father a letter. She misses her father because her mother has a hectic schedule. Anupama writes letters to her father, but she never hears back. She believes her father is preoccupied, but she is unaware that her mother retains all of the letters and doesn't want them to communicate. At the press appearance for her new book, The Life of a Homosexual, Shakuntala brings her little daughter. She claims that her ex-husband is a gay in order to gain fame. This deception is intolerable to Anupama. Shakuntala pursues her and advises her to embellish a little bit in order to gain attention. This deceit is too much for Anupama, who yells at her mother. She claims to despise her and wishes to reside with her father. The reason Anupama despises this the most is that she wants to live like a regular person. Shakuntala eventually runs into her spouse in Bombay. Shakuntala does not want him to know about their daughter. He urges her to enroll their daughter in school, but she disagrees. Shakuntala believes Anupama meets so many intelligent individuals, she is learning a lot more with her. Shakuntala finally agrees to enroll Anupama in a boarding school after much persuasion. Shakuntala purchased a home in London for herself and her daughter in 1987. She declares that she is taking a vacation from her math performances because she wants to devote her full attention to raising her kid. Anupama becomes excited and is joyful with her mother for the first time in a while. They have some enjoyable time together. Anupama later permits her mother to purchase an old home. She claims she intends to purchase dilapidated homes, renovate them, and then rent them out. Shakuntala feels pleased after hearing her daughter's suggestions. Anupama and Ajay first spoke in 1997. They eventually decide to tell both of their parents about their engagement after growing closer. Their wedding is planned and supported by both sides of the family. Shakuntala goes shopping with her son-in-law. After their marriage, she insists that he and Anupama reside with her in London. Ajay disagrees with her choice and declares that they will cohabitate in Bangalore. Anupama is instructed to call off the wedding by Shakuntala. Anupama disputes her choice because she now lives with her mother after falling in love with Ajay. Without telling Shakuntala, Anupama stays with her father and marries him there. Anupama is angry with her father in 1999 when he visits her in Bombay since he allowed her mother to take her. Shakuntala now claims that her daughter has forgotten who she is. She desires that Anupama leave her husband Ajay and come back to live with her. Anupama becomes irate and departs. Anupama and Ajay visit a doctor to learn about her pregnancy in the following scene. She is shocked because she has never wanted to be a mother, but she later comes to terms with this. was preoccupied with family matters. She opens a trunk in her old Bangalore house. She tears up as she remembers her past and comes upon some of her old items. Later, at a party, some of Anupama's acquaintances question her about her newborn daughter. According to Anupama, her daughter is with a nanny. Then, Anupama's acquaintances advise her to focus more on her daughter and less on her career. She feels terrible about leaving the party for her daughter. Later, Ajay informs Anupama that her mother is putting her London home up for sale. Shakuntala has kept all of the profits from that company, thus Anupama is now responsible for paying all of the property taxes. She will be paying the tax on the property for the rest of her life because it is so high. They now have the choice to either pursue a criminal case against her mother or remain silent and pay all the taxes. Anupama makes the decision to sue her mother. She claims that her mother is attempting to harm her financially. Her attorney informs her that this could land her mother in jail, but she refuses to change her mind. Shakuntala and her daughter eventually appear in court. Shakuntala understands that hating her mother is pointless. She now realizes that her daughter feels the same way about her that Shakuntala did about her mother. She asserts that she intends to sell the property. It turns out that Anupama recognizes her mother's love, and the two of them come together. Shakuntala then delivers a speech after receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award in mathematics. She describes how her daughter taught her to love her mother after she used to despise her. Turn on notifications, like this video, and subscribe for more. Just like it to support the channel.